Controlled aggression. I had one of my colleagues at work ask me, just having a casual conversation. She said, how you been handling, staying at home and the COVID and, chit chat. So I'm just telling her, I've been working out and training, talked to her a little bit about TBV and things of that nature. And she was listening very, very attentively. She asked me something, though. She said, I don't get it, though. I said, what? She said, why boxing? I said, there's a lot of good fighters. And she said, yeah, but I don't understand how somebody wants to hurt people and get punched in the face. And forgive her. Because it was immediately at that point I understood that she don't know shit about boxing. Rest in peace to Roger Mayweather. Boxing is not about violence. Boxing is not about fighting. The biggest proof of that is Floyd Mayweather. The sweet science is hit and don't get hit. Staying on that center line. Turning over your punches. Physics. It is a sweet science. It's not just rock'em sock'em robots. If that were the case, then everything would just be a bare knuckle brawl, right? There's so many nuances to boxing before you even throw your first punch. And that's why I said controlled aggression. Because here are the facts. You could be a skilled technician as a boxer. You know your technique, you know your ones, your twos, and you hit the pads and you look real good. But if you don't got what they call that dog in you, or like they used to say, he's throwing punches with bad intentions. Knowing how to box doesn't mean a damn thing. That's like knowing cardio or knowing Pilates or knowing yoga. It's an exercise at that point. So boxing, like anything else, you can train to do it. And it never has. You might never physically apply those skills. You might just know them. And in that regard, that's why it's considered a martial art. Like, just using karate as an example. You could be doing your katas and waving your hands around and never even compete, let alone spar. So you can learn, anybody can learn anything. A motherfucker can go to law school and never practice law because he can't pass the bar. So what's passing the bar when it comes to boxing? It's human nature. Fight or flight reaction. Adrenaline, norepinephrine. Science. So you take the guy that his fight or flight reaction is to fight, and you teach him how to box. You might have a superior athlete. You might have a good competitor. It's my belief, and I could be wrong, but the guy that just knows how to box, but he doesn't have that adrenaline and that reaction to make him want to be a fighter, he'll know a skill, but you might have to push him to the point of actually demonstrating or executing his ability. Again, in some ways that might be perceived as controlled aggression. But, I think many of us, and to quote one of my close friends, Dennis, check him out on Instagram, Dennis JFT, from the Bronx. He's currently living in Tampa. We're all M80s. We're all M80s. Sometimes we got short fuses. Sometimes we got long fuses. So when a controlled aggression, then for me, is taking that aggression and learning the discipline of boxing to keep be more well-tempered. That's what I get out of it. That's what I get out of the controlled aggression. You know, some people, you know, it's like what I call the law enforcement theory. You know, they might have been, you know, not necessarily feeling like they could handle themselves. And then, you know, they roll around in the MMA gym and get cauliflower ear and now they swear they could fuck somebody up. It's like becoming a cop, man. You know, having a badge and a gun don't make you tough. Rolling around on the carpet with another man and getting cauliflower don't make you tough, you know. You know, but again, learning the discipline. If you're really going through it to say, you know, I want to really master Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and I really want to master a certain striking system. I want to go back and learn pancrase. I want to learn Sambo, and I want to learn some of these, you know, older fighting systems. Again, I think that's more along the lines of controlled aggression than taking part of something to think that you got a weapon, to think that you are yourself are a weapon. Boxing is not about violence. It's not about hurting people. But shit, like anything, shit, people get hurt in love. People probably get hurt more in love and emotions than they do in the sport of boxing. So, you know, boxing it involves more discipline than one would think. So, I just wanted to shout out, you know, all my aficionados, all my fans, all my practitioners of the sport, because most people might not understand that their appreciation is deeper than somebody thinking that, you know, this person just like violence or they like shit. Like it's more than that. It's so much more to it than that. So let me know what you think. What does boxing do for you? You know, are you somebody that just picked up a skill? You know, you wanted to get into boxing like somebody gets into sewing, or is it something that you find is more along the lines of a controlled aggression? All right.